Poker web series. I'm Tone, and thank you for tuning in today for the Hands of the Week. We have a session today from Seabrook, New Hampshire, 2-5-10 auto straddle. All right, we got 4 hands today. We are going to jump right into it. Hand uno. We look down at ace, queen of hearts and make it $20. There was no straddle on in this hand because the player forgot to straddle. Mind you, if it's an auto straddle and you forget, you should still throw the $10 in. Anyway, moving along. We get the flop of the ace of clubs, king of diamonds, and the jack of diamonds. We have top pair, gut shot, not the worst flop for us. We lead out 25, hoping to just take it down, but we get called. A lot of bad turn cards for us on the turn. Hopefully we get something safe. And we get the 4 of diamonds. We check, he checks back. A lot of players aren't checking back flushes here, especially this type of player. So we're kind of thinking we're ahead. River's a jack of clubs. So now 9 times out of 10 people, we're going to check call the river here. We're not going to fold any aces out. If he has something like he could have jack 10 with a backdoor diamond. Some random hands like this guy, he's been showing up with a lot of wonky hands anyway. But for some reason, we elected to bet 75 and try to squeeze some value. He min clicks to 150. So obviously now we're kind of thinking like, does a jack raise the river? Is it flush checking the turn? Like a couple of things. I mean, obviously it's a min raise. We're not folding for 75 bucks. We call, and he shows the bad news. He has queen deuce of diamonds for a flush. He played it kind of tricky. I'll give it to him. Again, he's been showing some weird hands. So this was a tough one to start the session. Hand number 2. We look down at ace of clubs, king of diamonds under the gun. We opened at $20. Again, the straddle isn't on. I don't know what's going on. But we get 2 callers. Flop comes out 5 of hearts, king of clubs, 10 of diamonds. Great flop for us. It's a rainbow. We have top pair, top kicker. Best we could hope for. We lead out 35. We get 1 caller. The same player that has been showing up with a lot of crazy stuff. Turn is the ace of hearts. We definitely think we have the best hand here. We're not really worried about anything. We are betting small, hoping to get paid by some light hands. We go with $55, and sadly, he folds. Hand number Trey folds to us, and we open 5-7 of hearts to $30. The straddle is finally on, and we get 2 callers. Flop is 4 of spades, queen of spades, 3 of hearts. We got a gut shot, we got backdoor hearts, and we have the aggression. Checks to us, and we bet out $50. The guy that's been calling us all day calls, and the other player folds. Turn is the 3 of diamonds. Now, pretty bad card here. He has all the 3s. He has some weird 4-3 offs and all that nonsense, but we probably hear from that on the flop. Now, I wanted you guys to know something. He goes to grab his stack and then checks, which means he's weak. He wants us to check back, and he wants to get to the river. We pick up on that, and instead of checking back like we usually would, we bet big and bet 175, and he quickly folds. Hand number 4 in the final hand today. We open king of hearts, queen of hearts under the gun to 30. The straddle is on again. We are finally getting some rhythm with the straddle. 1 caller, the guy that always calls, good old reliable. Then it folds to the button, who raises to 125. We call, and the guy, shocker, he calls. Flop comes queen of clubs, 10 of diamonds, 3 of spades. We have top pair, backdoor straight draws, I guess. Checks around, so we're pretty confident here. We have the best hand, hoping for a safe turn card. And we get it. The turn is the deuce of diamonds. we elect to lead out 200, and both players quickly kind of find a fold. We take that hand down to end our session. So I know a couple of my friends said to me, Tone, this session was uneventful. Maybe you should skip this week's Hands of the Week and do something else. But I want you guys to know, the life of a poker player, a professional, it isn't always sunshines and rainbows. It isn't always make 2,000 or lose 1,500. Some days, a lot of days, you got to just grind it out. It's called grinding for a living. Some days you're going to lose 300. Some days you're going to win 300. Some days you got to battle and claw just to win $80 after being stuck all day. It's really hard, and I think this episode I really wanted to share because it gives you a view of just sessions that you have to really grind it out. The result today was we made $303 over 4 hours. And that's a lot of grinders through the week sometimes. You really have to scratch and claw to get a couple of W's. And as long as the outcome is income, we got to just be happy and keep it moving. I also wanted to take a second to mention Jim Caudill, the legend, the godfather of poker in New Hampshire. He sent us this gem of a picture right there. I don't always wear sunglasses, but sometimes you got to mix them in. Thank you guys for watching the Hands of the Week. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in.
Underdog Poker.